everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I'm Jamie B. Thanks for stopping by. So in today's video, I'm going to be doing a get ready with me full face of glam. We are talking like the whole 9 yards. We're going all out. We're not doing like an easy peasy little summer look. We're like concealing, color correcting, highlighting, just bold color, lip, everything, going all out. I haven't done a super full glam look in a long time, and I was like, you know what, that's what I'm doing. Today I also have my new Laura Lee Los Angeles brushes. I'm going to be using those and kind of doing, I guess, the first impressions with those. So if you are excited to see what look I come up with, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom of this video and we'll get right into it. Alright guys, so I went ahead and did my eyebrows off camera. I know that I'm gonna have like a completely full face of makeup with this lazy ass bun, but this is what it is today. I'm also using the Sultry palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills today because I'm doing a sultry, seductive, flawless look. And I'm going to be using Laura Lee Los Angeles's new brushes. Comes with this cute little bag. I think I might keep it for a giveaway. I haven't decided yet. I don't really use makeup bags. So I do know that she handcrafted these brushes and they all have their purposes. And I'm really excited for the foundation brush. That's kind of the one that I'm most excited for, just because of the type of brush that it is. It reminds me of the Morphe Y6 brush, which I have a ton of. So I'm hoping that like it's at least as good as that one, if not better. It's this one, by the way. Hers is called the L11, and it is super dense and super soft. So I'm hoping that I don't ruin it by putting makeup on it. I know I'm going to. I don't see any blending brushes in here for your eyes, so I'm really gonna just kind of use my own. The L19, L16, and L18 seem to be kind of like blending brushes, but this one is a little bit too dense for my liking. I'm wondering if I kind of soften it up a little bit, if it will do what I need it to. As for like a blending brush, I want it to be like soft and tapered around like this, and none of these are like this. Like this is too dense, maybe like a packing brush, and then a little pencil brush. So gonna have to use different brushes, which is kind of not exciting, but whatever, we'll make do. So the first color I'm going to go in is going to be Birch, just to lay that color, and then I will go darker from there. So sometimes it will happen to me where I will just get unmotivated, and we're not talking like unmotivated to like do YouTube or, you know, Instagram, like just life in general unmotivated. And I don't know if it's a form of depression. I honestly don't, but I do definitely feel like it affects me mentally. And sorry if I get like too deep in conversation with you guys, but I just felt like I had to kind of do like an update and give you guys an explanation as to why I've been gone. And sometimes it just like, it kind of consumes me to where I just lay, man. Like I don't know how else to explain it. Like I just don't want to do anything. Like in my head, I'm telling myself like, heck yeah, okay, get up, do this, do a YouTube video, do what you're supposed to, do what you're, you know, what you love, what you do, what makes you happy. But my body just doesn't move. Like my mind will sit there and tell my body to move, and my body is just like, no, this is where we're at. Literally, it feels like I am so tired, like I've been up for like a week straight. But this color is not coming off the way that I thought it would. Like this color right here, like that kind of seems like more of a mauve, where this is like a taupey color. Like, do you see that? It's kind of darker on my eyes. It's just weird. I don't know. I mean, I'll work with it, but it's not as sultry as I wanted it to be. My overall physical health kind of suffers with it. Like I don't work out, I'm not moving, I'm just laying, you know, I don't have any like positive, like smiley, laughing. Obviously, like for my kids, I try to be like as like attentive and there as I can, but like in my head, I'm just like, I I just want to lay down. And so then like everything suffers, like the way I eat suffers, and it's just really like, it just sucks, man. And then I pull myself out of it, and I don't know how I do that, but like I'm just like, okay, enough, get up, go do something, and then I'll be okay. Like slowly but surely I will get back into like doing what I need to do and whatnot. But it happens, like I would say a couple times a year, no specific time, and it just really wrecks me. Like my skin is breaking out because I have not done skincare. I'm going into this dark brown right here. I'm going to go into the outer corners and bring it into that crease. And so it's just like a lot. I know that's kind of like sad and emotional and kind of bringing down the vibes here, because I try to keep on my channel like really good vibes and like, you know, positive, upbeat, but sometimes life just kicks your butt. Like it just does, and it does it to all of us, including people here on YouTube. And no matter how much I want to sit here and tell you that like life is rainbows and it's so perfect and I live a perfect life and nothing ever goes wrong and I'm never sad, I would be lying. Like I would be hands down 100% just lying. So I had to get a different palette because that birch color is just not giving me the orangey brown that I'm looking for. So I'm going in with Cat's Pajamas, and I'm literally gonna go right over that and just kind of warm it up a little bit. On top of that, my son got sick and I like freaked out, obviously, with everything going on, thinking, oh my god, he has COVID, oh my god. And he doesn't. He just has an upper respiratory infection. He hasn't really gone anywhere, so I should have known, like, calm the freak down. He doesn't have it. But I didn't. Like, I was nervous. I was scared, you know. But he's fine. He just has a slight cough. And, like, his allergies are acting up. My allergies are acting up. My eyes are drying out. Like, my eyes are so dry. Like, if you see patchiness, don't blame the shadow. It's all me. Alright, so now I'm going to go into my P. Louise base in the shade Rumor 4. And I'm going to cut a crease in there. I think I'm going to try this one for the concealer. It's an L17 from her collection. And it's like super flat, like thin. So I'm hoping it'll be like really good for concealers and really good for shimmers. So I'm going to go a little above my crease because I'm trying to be a little bit dramatic. And when I do that, I usually go here and then I look up. And it kind of gives me that line of where I need to go. So if you have hooded eyes, just go ahead and create a higher crease. It's gonna give it more of a bold look. But yeah, so that's kind of like an update for me. Again, like my allergies are so bad, my skin is breaking out, like my mental health for a minute kind of threw me for a loop, but I am working through it. I'm remembering why I started this. I'm remembering what I love. I'm remembering that, you know, I'm gonna have bad days. I'm gonna have bad weeks where I don't feel like doing anything, but I've got to find a way to just push through that. Get up and do what I gotta do. Alright, so now that I have that laid, like I said, I do way more than I usually would, so when I open my eyes, you can see a little bit more. I think I'm gonna go in with Steampunk right here, this gold right here, and I'm gonna just place that over the concealer. So the Laura Lee, the L17 brush, I like it. It was really precise. Like I said, it's really thin, but it did seem to soak up like a lot of product. So I'm gonna try to use one of these packing brushes to try to get that gold in there and see, because this one, the L19, is pretty dense. So let's see. It picks up a lot. Like, wow, it's a lot. And we're just going to place that gold right over that concealer. I think this is more of like a smudgy brush, but I just like that it's so dense that it's gonna pick up that gold and just lay it down just like that. Yes. Wow. It's like really putting that color on there. Like it's picking this shadow up, and this shadow's kind of like has a lot of fallout. So it definitely is like really grabbing that shadow. Ooh, gold. Alright, so now I'm gonna go in with that, the L18, the one that I said was kind of weird feeling. And I'm literally just going to blend that dark line just to kind of smooth a little bit over the gold. Yes, this is a very bold look, but like I said in the beginning, that's kind of what I'm going for. A super like bomb, glam, night out, jazz it up look. Alright, so because we're doing full out glam, I'm gonna go ahead and put some primer on. This is gonna be the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and I'm just gonna put some where I have slight issues with my pores, and like right here, and then on my forehead. Alright, so now because we're doing like super glam, I am going in with the iconic London Illuminator drops in the shade Original, and I'm going to literally put this all over my face. Oh, ooh, look at me like Instagram. Ooh, ooh, oh god. Too much. I think I did too much. Okay, so basically I'm going to put this illuminator all over my face. I know that sounds weird, but what it's gonna do is it's really gonna give my foundation that glowy, dewy, shiny skin look. So I'm going to be mixing the Morphe foundation and my Hourglass foundation. My Hourglass is the full coverage one that I like, but it's a little dark sometimes. So I like to do the Morphe one too. One, because it gives me extra full coverage, and two, it's a little lighter. Okay, so Laura Lee did not recommend putting the product, so like squirting it directly onto the brush. Instead, put it on something and like dab the brush on it. So that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna just see if we can get this to buffer out some good looking foundation. It's extremely dense, I will say that, which I love. It's soft. I haven't had any hairs fall out, so also a plus. And it is spreading my foundation pretty evenly. I actually really like this brush. I knew I would. Like I knew this was gonna be my favorite one. Look how shiny I look. And pale. I think I might have used too much of the Morphe foundation because I look uber pale. Okay, so I really like this brush, and when I like do this, you can see that it didn't even go all the way down in there, so it's not like sitting in the center of the brush, if that makes any sense. Like the color stayed on the top. Like that's so thick. I really like this. I think she did a really good job with this. I just love it. It's so dense. I love it. I freaking love it. Okay, moving on. And I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape concealer that I have not used in like literally forever. It seems like really highlighting our areas today. I need to really warm my face up here. Alright, so for my under eyes, I'm going in with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Powder, which is my fave. And I'm using her L12 brush. It's just like a tapered powder brush. And this one I'm really excited for too, because these are the kind of brushes that I like to use when I'm doing my setting powder. And I'm going to bring that down all the way like I did my concealer. Again, I don't normally do all of this jazz, but this is just for the full glam, like literally full glam, shabam, everything but the kitchen sink kind of makeup look. Usually I would not be using so much of this. And now on top of that, before I do my bronzer, I'm gonna take some of the Jaclyn Hill Moonlight Powder and put it on my face. This is also like a setting powder almost, but it gives it like a shimmer. I like to use this powder for the most part when I am like wearing no makeup, but it does give a nice little shimmer layer. So I'm going to use that brush that I just used for the Jaclyn Hill powder for my bronzer because it is a slanted brush, and I prefer slanted brushes when I'm doing my bronzer. I like how it feels. Look how much, like, I don't know if you can see it, it's so dry under my eyes. I look like I am aging 60 million years. Alright, so for bronzer today, I am using the Fenty Private Island Sunstalker bronzer. I totally feel like I could use a darker color in her bronzer, but I just haven't been thinking about buying bronzer. I have so many bronzers, but I just kind of layer it. If I go like this, then it's fine. If I try to like circle it, like bop, 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 that's what it does. Bop, 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 bop. Okay, so for blush, I'm super excited. I am using the blush palette that they sent me in PR, and this one is Summer Glow palette, Sheer Sunshine. Sheer Sunshine. Yes. And I'm going to be using this color right up here. And this is Sunkissed. It's just like cute little light pink. And I'm going to be going in with, it's kind of dense for a blush brush. Alright, and so keeping with the theme, I'm using the Laura Lee Los Angeles Glazed palette for my highlighter. And I will be using the L15, which looks like the highlighting brush. So I'm going to go in with Diamonds because it's one of my favorite, and I'm just going to, I guess, circle swirl this one. I don't really know. This one is not as dense as all the other face brushes, so I'm glad. Oh, God. Always love this highlighter. So I don't mind this brush, but I think that like if you like fan brushes or big brushes like this for highlighter, you're gonna like this. But for me, I like to be able to control the placement of my highlighter a little bit more, and I just feel like this one, it kind of just does its own thing, if that makes sense. Like, see what I mean? Like, it just covered my whole nose, and I didn't need it to do all that. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into that palette and really finish up this under eye. Alright, so I'm going to go in with that Cray Cray from the Laura Lee palette and just warm up my under eyes. I am going to be going in with that dark color too. But right now I'm just going in with that brown and bringing it down just a smidge more than I usually would. Because I really want this look to pop. So I'm going to go in with the L16, that pencil, highlighter all over me, that pencil brush. And I'm going to dip back into that dark brown. And I'm literally going to just line lightly my under eyes. Just right under the lash line, and I'm gonna bring it here. I'll blur it out in a second to make it not so straight. I'm gonna take that same brush that I just used for the brown and just smoke out and soften that black or dark brown that we just put under there. Okay, so I'm going to be using a red lip today. Oh, and it's gonna be the Fenty Stunner Lip Paint. in Uncensored. It's one of my favorite reds, like, of all time, ever, for sure. Oh, it's just beautiful. So before I put my lashes on, I'm going to be using the new Pixie mascara I also received in the mail. And I'm going to pop on some lashes and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm just putting my setting spray on. So whenever I do super full glam, I mean, I use setting spray every time. But when I do it like this with lots of powders and lots of stuff, I will spray a lot of this, like I just said, like my whole face is soaked. And just let it dry, or like fan it, or use a fan, or whatever you want. But, and just kind of let it melt like all that powder into your skin, just to give you more of a smoother, beautiful effect. Right now, my underneath is not smooth or beautiful. So it's not gonna get any better than this. Alright guys, so that is it for today's video. I hope you really enjoyed this chit-chatty, get ready with me full glam look. I hope you really like the look that I created. This is something that I would wear if I was going out or maybe going to the bar and I just really wanted to like glam up. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and as always, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and I will see you on the next one. Bye!